Ain't never felt this way. Can't get enough, so stay with me. Starry got big plans. This job around some more. You need to know only alright. You need to know treat me alright.
All right, how is everybody? Y'all doing all right? Welcome to Historic. My name's Philip. I'm one of the pastors here, and so glad that each of you have joined us. And man, we have a great day ahead, and got a great community partner we're featuring today, and so I'd love to tell you a little bit more about that. But first, just welcome to Historic. We want you to know that at Historic, our mission is to love like Jesus over and over again, and we think that over and over again is so important. And when we experience that love of Jesus over and over again in our life, things start to change for the better. And so we believe that, we know that. In fact, we say historic happens when our lives and God's lives intersect. Historic happens. And so we believe that. And so we're glad you're here today, and hopefully there's an intersection point. So again, welcome. Glad you're here. We're featuring one of our community partners, and it's called Redeem Women. And so if you've met Chocolate before, you're going to meet Chocolate later, and so she's pretty amazing. But her organization is called Redeem Women, and I thought I could tell you a little bit more about it, but instead I'd rather introduce you to my friend Janice and have her come up. So why don't y'all welcome up Janice? Woo! And so Janice and I are going to share a mic, so we don't have to be too far from each other. So anyway, so Janice, tell us a little bit about Redeem Women. More so, just how has it impacted you personally?
Okay, personally, Redeem Women has impacted me. It's just like a force of strength. She's so beautiful and she guides us and strengthens us, and she works in the community to help women who need help and who are struggling in some type of way, and also just inspirational. I love her, and we try to stay connected to her. We do Bible study with her. It's very encouraging for the community. She's all around everywhere. I mean, just everywhere. And so I want you guys to know that she's beautiful and spiritually connected.
Oh, I would agree so much. So that's what you personally. How about tell me a little bit about just how has has Redeemed Women and Chocolate, how have they impacted the whole South Dallas community?
Okay, the whole South Dallas community, they're growing in love and spiritual. She's always around making people know that there's love and Jesus is for everyone, and that all we have to do is look up, and He's there, and she's showing us the way, like a spirit moving about everywhere and helping us to love and keep loving and loving.
Awesome. Thank you, Janice. Hey, y'all give Janice. Janice, thanks so much. And you're going to hear more about Redeemed Women throughout the day. Again, we love Redeemed Women, and Chocolate's going to be teaching for us later today. So again, you'll get a chance to meet her and to see her. And then one thing is on your chairs is what we call a Connect card. And so this is a Connect card. And so just as you go throughout church today, if you're like, you know what, I'd love to find out more about Redeemed Women, or I'd love to find out more about Historic Church, maybe even get involved, then just take a moment to fill that out, and we'll give you an opportunity to turn that in later, so don't worry about turning it in now. But just want to say, again, we're really glad that you're here today. So I'm going to kick it back to Nick, and I'm going to let the band keep going.
Woo! Woo!
Well, we're going to keep singing some tunes, keep having some fun. And these ones are about that cool guy named Jesus. So if you want to sing along, if you know them, if you want to stand, we can all stand and sing together. So yeah, here we go. wrote these lyrics. You know, being prepared and stuff, right? together?
I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. All right.
Thank you guys so much for singing. Thank you, Steve.
Appreciate that word. And here's something that came to my mind. So Chocolate asked for something very specific. I don't know how many of you would ask for like maybe an encourager in your life. Okay, I bet some of us would ask for like more resources, financial. Like, can I get a raise? Can I get just some more lettuce in my life? Yeah. If you alliterate, maybe God loves alliteration. He did create it. Maybe you're asking for some kind of college grant, or you're asking for forgiveness. You messed up and you're asking for forgiveness. How many of us would limit the ask? How many of you are going to put a limit on your ask, or are you going to go big?
Go big.
Okay.
Go big.
I assume so, because then God's going to ask you to go big. And what's funny at times is that we ask for big, and then when He asks big of us,
Big.
we're like, could we go small? Yeah. I mean, a guy poured into my life from 6th grade to 12th grade. Every Friday morning he met with me and poured into my life, spoke life into me.
Wow.
6 years. And there's 100,000 kids in the city of Dallas. That's not my time limit. There's 100,000 kids in the city of Dallas that need a mentor. They're home after school alone, from 3 to 7. There's people in the community of Bonton. There are people in the community of the Cedars. There's 10,000 homeless people here. 2,000 of them can have shelter every night. 8,000 can't. There's 64,000 foster kids aging out. I mean, we care a lot about kids. We care a lot about those who have been marginalized by society. There's also hundreds of thousands just in Dallas that have felt excluded from church, like they don't belong. There has been a line drawn that says, you don't fit here. And every time that happened in the Bible, Jesus said, no, you do fit.
That's right.
But here's the thing. God gets it to you to get it through you. Okay? So if that's the case, then whatever you are asking God for, be willing to then give that. Okay? So the reason why Chocolate is forgiving is because she was forgiven. The reason why she's a rescuer is because she was rescued. The reason why she is an encourager is because she's been encouraged. And that's the way God works. He says, what is the verse? You love me because I first loved you. And you can just fill in the blank. You forgive others because I first forgave you. You encourage others because I first encouraged you. That's who Jesus is. He's the radical rabbi. And I'll tell you that because we do, we as a family, as a historic family, want you to have the opportunity to give as it's been given to you. All right? Now, a lot of churches make you feel guilt or shame or duty to give financially to the cause. Okay? Now, the Bible, the rabbis, Jesus would have been the rabbi that would have told you this. He would have said, it's better for you not to give if you're giving out of duty, shame, or guilt. It's better for you not to give financially than to give. But if you're asking me to give to you, and that is what you feel, okay, God got it to me, and you have this heart of joy. He gave me joy, I'm going to give generously. He's been generous to me, I'm going to be generous. Then that's why we give. And here's the other thing. So at Historic, when we say we're gonna pass the plate, like that's old school. You're gonna pass the plate. When we say that, number one, we would never want you to feel guilt, shame, or obligation. Number two, if you don't resonate with what we do, I would tell you, go find the thing that you resonate with. And here's the thing, a lot of churches make you feel guilty if you don't give it to a church. Like, oh, you're gonna give it to the, breast cancer, or you're gonna give it to this organization or that organization. No, give it to them. If that's where your heart is, give where your heart, believe me, God is much bigger than this little church that people talk about. He is working through water well organizations. He is working through homeless organizations. He's working through Redeemed Women. Give money there. That's God got that to you to get it through you to where you need to give it. So, but don't hold on to it. If he got it to you, he does want you to give generously out of your own heart for that mission, And so our mission, love like Jesus over and over again. If you're not about that, don't give to us. We're going to use your money in a way you don't want it to be used. I'm being real, okay? At the same time, I'm not bashful. I've learned God does want this mission to go. And part of that means that we got to have the money to go.
Yeah.
So I believe that we do have like plates. Ours happen to be really cool looking and rather on brand for Historic. So give generously. Yes. Thank you for saying that. So you can go online, historic.church/give if online is your thing. And I did want to welcome in the audience on Facebook too. We love you guys on Facebook, and you can go online too. Many of you do that are on Facebook. You go online, we see that, and thank you for that. But you can go online. You can also write us checks, and we've got envelopes, either I think in your seats or whatever. So there's that, and thank you guys for your generosity, and thank you for your time today. Thank you for entrusting us with time. Afterwards, I do want you to know that we like to party. We party with a purpose. So we have an amazing organization here called the Jar Bar, right? The Jar Bar. Now, what is the young lady's name in charge of the Jar Bar?
It's Chanel.
Chanel, yeah. Oh, she was blessed with a great name. Yeah. I don't wear it, but hey. Anyways, so I'm all on a budget. Chanel with Jar Bar. So she basically makes these mason jars full of like pie, probably dessert that will not make you healthier, but it may make you happier. So invest in the Jar Bar. We also have pumpkin painting outside for kids and for adults. Yes, you can paint a pumpkin. And then, if I'm missing anything that else is, obviously, Full City Roosters serving up coffee. Best coffee in
We have the
Dallas.
complimentary cocktails, and then we have mocktails for the little ones or for the pregnant ones.
Yes. So my wife was pregnant with our first.
And then actually, here's Chanel, by the way. Jar Bar.
Chanel with the Jar Bar. There she is.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, you did.
Wow, that's an amazing shirt you got going there too. Maybe I can get one of those. And then also, like I said, we believe in kids, and we've got this amazing program going on for kids just right now. It's finishing up, and so you guys can go pick up your kids, and then bring your kids over to do the pumpkin painting or whatever. Hang out. If we haven't met face to face, I'd love to meet you and get to know your name. And last but not least, can I just say, man, God bless your steps. as you take them with courage. And your courageous steps this week will inspire others to take courageous steps. Amen. All right, you guys have a great day.